வேதான் சேனல்.
வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன். குரு வாழ்க, குருவே துணை.
Today we'll see the topic about development of fertilized ovum. Already we know about that how it will be taken the fertilized ovum and how it will be taken that implantation of that fertilized ovum. The result we already saw that one. Now we'll see that how will be develop the fertilized ovum. In that fertilized ovum, it is a part of the blastocyst embodes into endometrium. The blastocyst, it will be embedded. Embodes means that is a, it will be taken inward inside of the decidua. That is, we can say that implantation in that is into the endometrium. Endometrium during the time of pregnancy, we can say that decidua. In this figure shows that this is ovum, and this is ovum. It will be taken that fertilized. It will be taken. It will occur in the duration of 12 to 24 hours. And next go for that after fertilized ovum form the zygote. Then go for that 2-cell stage, and next it will be formed as 4-cell stage. And it's within 30 hours. And next go for that lichen, that morula formations, and it will after 3rd days it will be formed at this like in this blastocyst. So this is a form, and this is formation. It will be occur in the 4th day, and 4th and 5th day it will be formed in the blastocyst. The blastocyst only it should be embode means that it will go and inward inside of the decidua. This is the endometrium, so it will be getting inward in that endometrium. So this process only after taken that fertilized ovum. There are 3 layers of outer trophoblast layers. In that trophoblast layers having that 3 layers, and the outer trophoblast layers is having, we can see these 3 layers. What and all, see that. Now outer layer is in cytotrophoblast, that is inner layer is cytotrophoblast, and middle layer is mesenchyma, that is we can say that mesoderm also. So in that what will be occur in that what and all it breaken in the outer layer, inner layer, middle layer. We'll see now. First we'll see the outer layer, and that outer layer is in cytotrophoblast. Laterly we'll see the in figure, and it will taken that it makes nutrients in the maternal blood. So it occur in that if you are seeing the outer layer only, it will be connect with that maternal side immediately, or the maternal side. So maternal blood receive that outer layer immediately. So in the maternal blood consists of nutrients, whatever the need of baby and fetus, that and all will be included in the maternal blood, and it leads to for developing embryo. This is used for the maternal blood, used for the developing embryo. And next we are seeing that inner layer. Inner layer, what will do in that during time of the trophoblast at stage. And first one is that secretion of HCG. HCG means that is a human chorionic gonadotrophic hormone, that we can say HCG. In this HCG informed to corpus luteum as pregnancy had started in the uterus. That function is mainly it has to be informed to the corpus luteum, which is present in that ovary, as informed to the ovary, and pregnancy has started. Then in that it leads to the corpus luteum produced estrogens. In that time, when it will be getting information from the inner layer cytotrophoblast, that corpus luteum start to secrete that estrogen hormones, and increased level of that estrogen and progesterone hormone will be occur in that corpus luteum. And next it will be produce of follicular stimulating hormones. In that follicular it will be stopped to produce, and it will be stopped that follicle development in the ovary. So if in the follicle development it will not occur in that ovary, means here it will be occur and it will be stop the menstrual cycle and ovulation. So it will be producing that follicle stimulative hormones. This process will be taken in that inner layer. And then next, if you are saying that mesenchyma, it is a middle layer, that you can say that mesoderm also. In this functions, it will be formed as a chronic vesicle and it is membranes. Chronic vesicle, that is a amnion and chorion. The main part it is formed in that chorion, it is forming from that mesoderm. And this image shows that fertilized ovum after botanical it will be taken action. That first we see that is a body stalk, and that and this is that primary oxide and secondary oxide, this one, then primary oxide, secondary oxides, and this part will be connected. This only will be formed as a in the fetus. This part will be formed as a amniotic fluid. So this central part it is called as, that is mesoderm. This is a mesoderm, and this is endoderm. Endoderm it is formed in. We'll see that what all the parts will be developed and that which part, which organs will be developed. Later we will see that. And this is that ectoderm, and this is mesoderm, and this, sorry, endoderm, this one, and this is mesoderm. This part will be formed as a amniotic fluid, which is consist of that amniotic layer, no, amnion and chorion layer. This end are formed here, and this like in blue color it's formed as a amniotic fluid, and this will be formed as a fetus. And this extra embryonic coil, we can say that extra embryonic plate, this we can say that. And this part only will be developed the placental will be formulated in this area only. And this we can able to see that clearly in that. This is body stalk. Body stalk means that is a part will be developed in the placenta. This is primary villi. This is solid one. It's primary villi, secondary villi, and tertiary villi. Tertiary villi it will be formulated in that primary villi, secondary villi, and tertiary villi. It combined with the stem villi will be formulated as a placenta. And this secondary outside this developed as a baby. And this is embryo part, and that is, and next this amniotic cavity, and that is a amnion layer. This is amnion layer. This one is amniotic cavity. This will be formulated as a fetus. You can see that this is clearly little bit, and this is a placental area, which one is formed in that placenta. This is a fetal part of the placental area, and this one is, it is joined in that residual part, joined in the residual part, and this is a fetus, and around of the fetus is it to form as a amniotic fluid. This will be protect the fetus. This inner layer is amnion, and then next it is outer layer is chorion, and there is this chronic villus will be formulated. And this chronic villi is a finger-like buds of tropoplastic layers. It projects out on the surface of embedded blastocyst. We saw in the figure chronic villi which will be formulated in that. It is finger-like buds of tropoplastic layer projects out on the surface of the embedded blastocyst. And these types will be there in the chronic villi, that is the primary villi, secondary villi, and tertiary villi. It is a primary villi, it is a solid tropoplast. It is a solid tropoplast layer formed by 12th day of fertilizations. And secondary villi, this villi formed with the mesenchymal lining on 16th day of fertilization, and occur in that 16th day of fertilization, which part it is, that is lining of the mesenchymal. It is a middle layer. And next one is the tertiary villi. Tertiary villi, that is a secondary villi and formed blood vessels by 21st day of fertilization. Secondary villi, and it will be along with the blood vessels of the mothers. Already I saw that images in center part. That part it is formed in the tertiary villi, stem villi, and that in these vessels it is formed combine of the tertiary villi is formed on the 21st day of fertilization. This villi side of uterine wall shows branching which is to form placenta and disappear the chorionic leaf. So when it will be initial period, it is formed as a chorionic leaf, that is formed after chorionic leaf disappeared is formed as a placenta. If you are seeing this little bit, you can able to understand regarding what and all, which part you can able to, it will be developed in the blastocyst. So blastocyst, it's having the two parts, that is a trophoblast, it is the outer layer, inner cell mass. I showed no, that is fetus is developed. That part it is can see that inner cell mass. So in the trophoblast is formed that placenta and chorea. It is both, it will be formed from the trophoblast, and that in the inner cell mass it is formed in that fetus, that is the fetus is concluded in the ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. Three of them it will be combined and we can say that fetus. And next we can it can develop in that umbilical cord, and third one is that amnion. If three of them it will be developed in that inner cell mass, that is a fetus part, it is ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, and the next umbilical cord and amnion. So these three of them it will develop from inner cell mass. So now we'll see that in that fetus what and all, which part it is developed from the which layer. First one is ectoderm. In the ectoderm, it is developing the central and peripheral nervous system. And next, epidermis part, it is developed from ectoderm. And endoderm, it is a dermis, skeleton, mass part of urinary bladder, skeletal and smooth muscles. This analysis developing from endoderm, and from the mesoderm it's developed heart, blood vessels, liver, pancreas, bones and muscles. This are it's developing from mesoderm. So these three of them it combined, we can say that embryonic plate, that we say that that is a fetus, its embryo, it is developed from this inner cell mass. The next it is forming the umbilical cord. Umbilical cord, its connection between the fetus as well as to the placenta. That is amnion, that is the inner layer of the discovered in the fetus. So that is the amnion layer. The chorion, it is a layer is outer layer and amnion is the inner layer. We'll see them later. The in image. So we saw that two cavities present in the inner cell mass. We saw that inner cell mass in the from the blastocyst, it's having that inner cell mass. In that inner cell mass, it's having that two cavities or presence. In the image, we saw that inner cell mass, it's having that two parts, that is the amniotic cavity and yolk sacs. So this is yolk sac, this is yolk sac, and this is amniotic cavity. These two cavities are present in the inner cell mass. This amniotic cavity, it lies on side of the ectoderm. Amniotic cavity, it's having it lies on side of the ectoderm, and it is filled with the fluid. We saw in the image that blue color, that one, it is filled with fluid, and it develops as embryo, and amnion forms from its lining. And it will develop as embryo and amnion forming from its lining. And if you are seeing the yolk sac, it lies on that side of the ectoderm, and it provides nourishment for the embryo and parts of its primitive gut. This is it's getting from the yolk sacs. And next we'll see that embryo. In that embryo, and it's the developing from offspring to 8 weeks after implantation is called embryo. from developing offspring. That is, when it is getting that fertilization, after it is forming that two cells, says four cells, blastocyst, then go for tropoplasm until that 8 weeks. After implantations, it's called that embryo. You can say that embryo. After implantation, it's called that embryo. The embryo in Greek word is swelling within. Embryo means in the Greek word swelling. Swelling means it is a bulging within, it inside. That is embryo. It means the growth of organs from second to the 8th week of gestation. Means after that it will be start the growth of the organs from the second week to the 8th week of the gestation. From second week to 8th week, it is the internal organ growth will be present inside of the, that is embryo. So that is we can see that laterly what all the organs will be developed. And previous also we saw that is the ectoderm, what are the organs develop, and endoderm, what are the organs develop, and mesoderm, what are the organs. So that organs will be developed in that. From that, but it's not in the fully development, that is in nodule form, like it will be that because the rudimentary form, that is a without any development, that rudimentary form it will be present in the time duration. So at this time, its length is 1 inch and shape is tiny cell cluster. During the time of the embryo, the length is 1 inch and shape is tiny cell cluster, like it will be present. And next you will see that during the developmental stage. During the developmental stage means the placenta start the development of placenta, special organ of interchange begins to grow between the embryo and the fetus. In developmental stages, development of placenta will be present. That is a special organ. Placenta is a special organ. Means why? Means because of interchange begins to grow between the embryo and the uterus. Means it will be development from the embryo and uterus, because in the uterus it's connected. It's a connection of the residua, and embryo is connected with the umbilical. So umbilical cord, that umbilical cord is connected with the placenta. Placenta is connected with the uterus. So this lining will be present. And the embryo connected to the placenta by the umbilical cord. Already said that the embryo connected to the placenta by the umbilical cord. In that fetus and placenta, in between the fetus and placenta, umbilical cord will be present. Through the umbilical cord only, that maternal blood will be supplied to the all nutrition needs which is need for the fetus. And the placenta carry the action filter and as a barrier. At the same time, the placenta will be one of the barrier to prevent that infection, and to prevent that prevent the infection, and to supply the nutrient, to secrete the hormones. This will be occur in that placenta during the time of the pregnancy.